Hi, this is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make an acoustic version of any song you like. Now, creating unplugged acoustic versions of songs has been a very popular thing to do for decades now. It's a lot of fun, but it also helps you tap into the characteristics of an acoustic guitar, allowing you to get the very best sound out of the instrument. In this lesson, I'm going to take the song Switch Out of Mine and show you how to break it down to create an unplugged version of it. We'll take the very famous iconic riff in the introduction and arrange it for the acoustic guitar, as well as include elements of the bass guitar in the chord progression. There's also many other benefits to creating unplugged versions of songs on guitar, and I'll cover that as well. So let's get to it. One thing that's taught me a lot about playing acoustic guitar is arranging songs for acoustic guitar. We all know about the unplugged stuff that's been around for decades now. Very popular thing to do, take electric guitar songs and put them onto the acoustic, and you can literally just take an electric guitar song and play it on acoustic as you would electric, and it'd sound okay, but it can kind of sound a little, lacking, if you like, because you don't have the effects and certain things that the electric has. And there's also characteristics of the acoustic guitar that you want to tap into and take advantage of. So I'll give you a couple of examples here. So again, this topic is huge, and it's not what the stream is about in particular in terms of creating unplugged songs, but just touching on one approach. Let's take Switch Out of Mine, Guns N' Roses, right? So we all know this riff, right? The opening riff to the song, we all know that riff, surely. If I have someone else playing with me on acoustic guitar, I could play it up here and that'd be okay. That wouldn't be bad at all. But another option would be, we want to create an acoustic version of this, so we're not necessarily trying to replicate exactly as we're hearing it because we're using the acoustic guitar. And maybe we want to put, a little bit of our own ideas in there. So we could take that whole riff and move it down an octave and play the chords that are backing the riff. So this riff is being played up here and it's backed with D, C, and G, but we could kind of incorporate that riff, maybe not exactly note for note, depends how it works in the chord, but incorporate it with the chords, something like this. So that's one thing that I might choose to do, but going through that process and working that out and thinking, okay, I could play it down the octave and trying to pick out the melody in the chords, you're doing exactly what we were just doing in the previous step. You're taking fingers on and off the chords. And and it helps you understand what's happening in the song too, whatever the song might be, because you're relating the melody with the chords. And again, I'm not really trying to absolutely play every single note of the riff there. I want to get the essence of the riff there. It could even be a little bit more suggestive to what I was doing there. It's pretty close, I think. Another thing in this area of unplugged songs is incorporating bass lines. Now I've done a lot of stuff where it's just one guitar. So a lot of this stuff I'm thinking of in the context of when it's just you playing on your own, which, even if you play with a lot of people, most times you pick up your guitar, it is just you there. So it's nice to play things that sound full and complete when you're just on your own. So sticking with this song, there's a bass line that comes in that goes something like, goes to the C chord and to the G, back to the D. So again, same sort of idea, incorporating the bass line with the chords. So C, G, right, and I want to find that bass around the chords. There's no point doing it here and then having to jump back and forth with the chords. It wouldn't sound any good. So we're looking to see how we can incorporate bass lines, which then leads you to voice leading in the bass and maybe some slash chords possibly. It's getting you to sort of get inside the chords and look at what's possible. And these ideas you get by doing this are things because you're doing this. This isn't looking at someone else's arrangement. You're doing it yourself. So you're applying skills And so they're things you can take and apply to any sort of thing you're doing. So this is not just stuff for switch out of mind. Anytime you're playing G, C, and D chords, there's all these ideas that you can draw upon through doing things like this. So incorporating bass lines, melodies, that sort of thing is a great way to, again, pull apart the chord and look at how you can incorporate and accentuate different parts, the melody parts and the bass parts.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And it's also a fantastic way to benefit from learning songs in a smart way, instead of just, learning whatever the tab says and playing it and saying that you're done. This is a way you actually become a better musician from learning songs, but it requires a somewhat elaborate knowledge of things like, things that Simon was talking about, and just general knowledge, the fretboard, music theory. That's where all of it comes together. And if you focus on learning songs from that lens, you're going to become much better. I know in my own past videos, I talked about just generally not learning songs as that being not a very good use of your time for most guitar players. And I made a caveat that if you're analyzing songs in a smart way, it can be an exception. Well, this is one of those exceptions. So pay attention to what Simon is saying.
If you like this video, then you'll love this free ebook audio I've created for you called the Acoustic Guitarist Toolkit for Unplugged Songs Concepts. In this ebook, you learn the concepts used to get that acoustic feel and sound that you hear the pros get when they play unplugged versions of songs on guitar. This includes learning how to instantly make chords played in electric guitar songs sound much better on your acoustic. It's super simple and easy to do. You also discover the trick to easily creating beautiful flowing chord progressions that sound more like a pianist is playing than a guitarist. This is particularly great when you want to emulate other instruments in your acoustic versions. Plus, you gain the skill of connecting these different concepts together to create even better, more sophisticated sounding acoustic versions of electric guitar songs. All examples in the ebook are tabbed out for you, accompanied by audio recordings of both the electric and acoustic versions. This way you can clearly hear how each concept covered really contributes to the sound of the acoustic version in comparison to the electric. So click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook audio, the Acoustic Guitarist Toolkit for Unplugged Songs Concepts. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. I love to hear from you. I read the comments, I take note. Many of the suggestions do end up becoming videos, so don't be shy. Drop us a line below this video. If you like this particular video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and of course hit the all-important notification bell button. You might think you're subscribed because you see my videos pop up in your feed, but that does not necessarily mean you are. So I appreciate the subscription if you like the channel. Thank you so much for being here once again. I really do appreciate the time you take to watch my videos. This is Simon Candy from AcousticGuitarLessonsOnline.net, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.